The thing that is so profound in all of this is to begin to see, to understand, to recognize, to self-realize what it means to listen to your own true voice. Oh, that sweet voice of success or satisfaction or peace or surprise, whatever it happens to be for you. Oh, this abundance in great disguise. Why does it have to be manifest? Why can't it just be articulate? Well, it can. It can. It's very important to understand, comprehend. Ooh, understand. I quite like that. Thank you, Oni, for bringing it into my reality on a regularity basis, because before you, I didn't hear a lot of people saying it, even though I knew it, as far as understanding for truth. So important for anyone to understand where their voice comes from, where their words come from, because they don't just come from the mind. They actually are God speaking through you. If we were to anthropomorphize the planets, the wandering stars, nice of them to come and speak through us. Isn't it nice to know these teachers of yours are those that you can actually hear speak through you? I quite like it indeed to be able to commune through you in order to commune with you, me, what is true? Little bit of you in me, little bit of me in you. It's all one thing, unity, okay? We are one human cell within the global humanity, civilization, purpose filled through form. Okay. So he says, I want you to begin to understand that when we are communicating with each other, and all of this is about understanding communication, that when we're communicating with each other, what is really being read as the frame is the quality of the voice, not the words. The words are secondary. It's the quality, so the frequency, so the chemistry. When you are communing from a place and space that has grace, it feels much different than when there's anger or desire burning inside, really, truly. Anything that's coming through you has the ability to change your experience of this, what it seems like, reality. Okay, so I'll say it again in a different way. Anything that you speak when you are at a frequency or a chemistry that does not feel good inside, it is going to concretize the uncomfortable, dissonant feeling if one believes the mind's thought processes, the thought you think that makes you shrink inside. And so, as an example, Laveena's been having a very, very difficult time of it this weekend because my daughter is leaving, as in she's turning 18. And it's so hard for me to let go of my little baby daughter, you know? And my mind yesterday, it said, gosh, I really wish. And then some thought inside, the thought was so uncomfortable that I sobbed and I cried. And, you know, it felt like I was going to be dead inside by having my let go of my little baby daughter, you know? So by going into that and wallowing in the self-pity, yes, you can allow the tears to flow, you can sink down into the sadness, but we do have to let it go. And is it going to let it go if we articulate the mean or dysregulated thoughts inside? Is it going to help us let it go if we articulate those thoughts you think that are not true? Or might it be more helpful to dance it out, to sing it out, to cry it out, and just allow the tears to flow rather than trying to fix it with mind, you know? Sometimes some people have that process. You're a mental projector, I get it. You know, you have a very different process. But maybe, just maybe, sometimes we can allow the energy to flow through channeling it through something else. So putting all that energy into helping her pack up her room, you know? Oh, Ross says it's a wonderful thing to begin to grasp. It explains so much about the dilemmas in the way in which we communicate. Because remember that our communication in terms of the not self is in order to get information for your mind to make decisions. Right there. Let's stop that. So rather than sinking into the sweet sadness of my little baby daughter growing up, trying to force any issue or, circumvent any potential problems, but while I'm in a dysregulated state. That's not helpful, in that moment, because there is no truth in the now. Need time to process these powerful waves of emotions. And it's not necessarily helpful to bring it up with that other being, because remember, as an emotional being, you are responsible for the emotional content of the frequency in the room, and it's contributed by your voice. If you got a little bit of touch of your heart being pulled because you have a baby daughter or child too that has ever gone off, you know what I mean. Like, it's communicated in the voice. The voice carries the frequency. The voice is part of the auric connective field, the communion between me and you and me. So Ross says, and of course, talking from not self in order to try and get information, in order to make mental decisions, you end up in a horrendous trap. And the things you are attuned to as not self, as in shadow aspects, as in those things that are not real or true, like as in concretized in you. What happens is, let's say as an example, you're somebody with an open ego, and you feel like there's been a thumb placed on you all your life. You're more likely to listen to somebody's despair than to their hope, to be more tuned into the despair frequency. So we all receive, relating to an other, the basis under which we are attuned to either frequency, chemistry, the relatability, what we have experienced in our own lives that we can put into relational context because we get it, because we've been there, because we have something inside of us as a pain point that is now vibrating because it's triggered inside by the frequency field. You get me?